Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of my election of 2020 presidential election series. So, this time we're going to actually just do a final roundup of the 2020 presidential race. I'm not going to be doing Senate and House predictions because that's obviously going to depend on who wins the presidential race. It's probably if Trump wins, they'll maintain the Senate. But yeah, we're going to start off with all the safe, reliable Democrat states. So let's start off with California, Hawaii, all these states over here. We also do have DC and all these places, and Vermont, and Maine's first district. And I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't really think I am. Oh, New Mexico, yeah. So I don't really see New Mexico going to Trump or anything, but let's go for the safe Republican. All these states are all safe Republican. Right here, yeah. So 126 to 159. Oh, I forgot New York. How can I forget that? All right, 126 to 188. My bad. So now we start off with the likely Democrats. I'm going to put Colorado and Virginia in the likely Democrat. I just think the Virginia suburbs, Fairfax County, is going to increase probably around 5 to 6 points victory for Biden in Virginia. Colorado, I'm thinking probably around 6 to 7. Yeah, I'll release a picture of all my margins on Twitter. You can check it out there later. I'll provide a link in the description to show my Twitter. But now let's go for the lean Democrats. I'm going to put Nevada and Maine at large in the lean Democrat column. That's it for Democrats. As far as Texas, probably likely Republican. I'm going to put it like that. Probably around, I don't know, you'll see all the margins in the picture that I'll show later, but probably around 7 to 8 points for Texas. And Iowa and Ohio and Georgia. Georgia, I'm going to put around 4 to 5 points for Trump. Ohio, probably 6 to 7. And Iowa, probably 7 to 8 or 6 to 7 there as well. And North Carolina, I'm going to put as lean Republican for now. That's just I just think it's going to go like that. The suburbs, Trump is doing great in the suburbs, and also he's held a couple rallies in all these states, and I think that he's just going to do well there. Probably around 2 to 3 point victory there. So, um, next up is Florida. I think it's going to go by a lean margin, probably 1.5 to 1 to 2 point victory for Trump again. And that's it for the likely. Now let's move on to tilt. I'm going to put Arizona in the tilt Republican column right now. Nevada, I just left out as lean Democratic. I think probably around 2 to 3 points for Biden because of the Las Vegas area over here. Just going to kind of cancel out the Reno and all the other suburbs and the rural areas where Republicans are strong. But I just think that Las Vegas is going to be too much to overcome. But I think 2 to 3 Republicans have been registering big time in the other areas, but I think Biden will carry it still. In Arizona, I'm going to put around 1 to 2 point victory for Trump, just because I know there are a lot of Republicans here that are disgusted, but I don't think many of them are going to cross party lines. Probably a few thousand of them, but not enough for Biden to pull off a victory. And also, the Hispanic vote for Trump is going to be pretty good in this. He's doing pretty good with the Hispanics. That's another reason I think why he'll win Florida. Of course, the seniors there will probably turn out for him again, and many of them won't cross party lines. I know a couple are angry about the COVID pandemic, but I don't think they're going to show up in the numbers and cross party lines. Just that's not how I think it's going to happen. And Arizona, Hispanics, and of course Hispanics in Florida probably going to get Trump across the finish line. Now, as far as Maine's district, I forgot to put this. Maine's district is likely second district. I think Susan Collins is also going to boost the turnout. I think around 6 to 7 point victory there in Maine's second district. Of course, last time it was 10, so it's a little down, but who cares? A win is a win. And then we have the tilt states. I forgot to do that. I'm going to put Pennsylvania right now as tilt Republican. Actually, let me leave that for now. I'm going to put Michigan as tilt Republican. Of course, there's this, I think the blue collar workers and all the rural areas in the registration here and the black turnout in Detroit is not going to be as high. The rural white voters here and blue collar are going to turn out, and Democrat blue collar lifelong people are going to go to the Republicans this time because of the Democrats' outrageous policies. They just think are too much for them. And Trump has already won already, so he's already reelected. And of course, my prediction, he's going to actually lose the popular vote. And New Hampshire, I'm going to also put his tilt Republican. He only lost it by 3,000 last time, and I think the opioid epidemic is going to help out Trump there as well. But then there's Wisconsin. I'm putting in tilt Republican as well. I just think the white working class and manufacturing sector here is going to turn out for Trump in good enough numbers. And of course, we have Pennsylvania. Same stuff. Fracking industry here and oil industry. Same stuff. I think the registration for Republicans has also been soaring here. And of course, I think it's the most likely. Of course, one thing you guys should look out for is this Vigo County in Indiana. If that's red or blue, odds are that the red or blue candidate, Democrat or Republican candidate, is winning. And Minnesota, I'm going to put also tilt. Of course, it hasn't gone Republican in decades, but the trends there, Hillary won it by only 1.5. So I think it is probably going to go to Trump this time, barely by like 0.3 or 0.2, but it will definitely go to Trump. I just think the steel towns in here and the mining guys the lifelong Democrats are going to actually turn out for him. So this is my final election prediction. Of course, Biden will win the popular vote because of the California and New York areas. Of course, that's why we have this electoral college system, so that California and New York don't dictate everything. But yeah, that is basically it. I'm hoping to God that he wins Trump because these guys are just so radical, crazy Democrats, immigration policies and energy and everything. I just hope that to God that they lose. But this is basically my personal prediction. I'll definitely come back and do one more video on this subject just to see how accurate I was. And I'm not going to delete this video because it's always nice to have it with me. But yeah, that is basically my final election prediction. Thank you all for watching this series, and I'll see how I did after this. Ohio is another bellwether, guys, so whoever wins that will also win the White House. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.